Hey fellas, let's see, topic for today. Well, first off, still in Chicago. It's snowing. Well, actually not right now, but it snowed about 18 inches the other day. It was quite a bit. It was literally almost like an inch per hour, possibly, for, I don't know how, obviously that'd be 18 hours, but it was about a 24-hour thing. Anyways, so yeah, enjoying the snow, enjoying Chicago. Yes, it's cold out there, but it's not really cold if you wear plenty of clothing. I know it sounds kind of funny, but the truth is, people are always like saying, oh, you don't want to go to Chicago, it's so cold, it's so windy, it's ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you have like the best boots and the best, no, basically, just if you have long underwear or if you're not outside for very much, which most people in Chicago aren't, basically they use mass transit, they use cabs, they use whatever. Very few people are actually outside in Chicago. There's so many indoor amazing events going on in Chicago that there's no reason, if you want to come to Chicago in the wintertime, absolutely do it. I highly recommend it. Anyways, okay, so today's topic is Valentine's Day. And when I first think of Valentine's Day, I get a little bit excited, I get a little bit nervous, I get a little bit depressed, because obviously for some of you guys who've had long-term relationships, it brings up some of maybe those moments that you had with someone where it was really, really special. And you're happy for those people that they've moved on, but at the same time, at those times when you were having those connections with those chicks or those females, you didn't think it was going to end. It was almost like it was so beautiful, it was so perfect, that it just almost like solidified a place in your heart and also solidified a place in your cerebral cortex, long-term memory. So that's where the sadness can come up. The exciting parts of it are, new love, new opportunities, new ways of expressing how you feel towards someone. It takes you back to elementary school. There's those feelings of, oh, is she going to like me? Is she not going to like me? Will you be my Valentine? So yeah, there's the one end of the spectrum where you're kind of sad, the other end of the spectrum where you're like kind of excited, and then there's the other area where you're like, what do I do? I've been seeing this girl, or I want to see this girl, okay, so what I'll start with is I've been seeing this girl. You've been seeing a girl for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a year, 2 years. We're going to stick towards more short-term stuff for today. So we're going to stick towards, kind of what Charlie said earlier, as far as something that's just, if it's less than a few months, yeah, you want to just do a yellow flower. I totally agree with that, absolutely. You want to do something fun. Most importantly, what she would think is fun. If you want to step it up a notch and get her, something as far as lingerie, then I would highly recommend like a satin bra and panties. That's kind of sexy. Not too over the top where it's like hooker-esque, but more of just like a silk, satiny, black. Victoria's Secret, they'll help you out whatever your budget is. I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. You just, you're gonna need to find out her measurements, because the girls at the stores are gonna ask, what are her measurements, so you're gonna need to find those out as well. But yeah, so what else? So ideas for Valentine's Day. This is actually very similar to like birthdays as well. So you have a girl's birthday's coming up, and you actually you enjoy spending time with her. You want to do something nice for her. You don't actually have to spend any money at all. One of the other things you can do is you can literally, if you're an artist or you have a friend who's an artist, you could take 8.5 by 11 inches piece of paper, and you could spell out happy birthday, whatever her name is. But what you do is for each letter of the HAPPY and the birthday, you would have an artistic like H, large H, and then the next piece of paper, white piece of paper, would be an A. And I mean, obviously it's going to be somewhat time consuming depending on how good your friend is at drawing and so forth. And what you do is you take those pieces of paper, and then you take a couple hours and you go out with a friend or by yourself, whatever, and then for each people that person or couple or kids or whatever, you have them hold a letter of the piece of paper, and then you take a picture, and basically all the pictures are all these just random people that you've met, and it spells out happy birthday so and so. So that's something that you could do. That yes, it's time consuming, but it's a way that you didn't actually spend any money, but it's a huge gesture. Other things are like coupons, the little paper coupons, like free back massage, free Anything that she's been wanting you to do, like if free tickets to take me out to the baseball game, free tickets to take me out to get some ice cream. Even obviously that's stuff that you guys have done before. Girls still love that sort of like sort of cute little thing. Some other ideas. Those are probably the best ones that I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, I think that would be so. Valentine's Day. We'll come up with some more down the road. Obviously, I have more that are in the notes and so forth, but I can't really think of any more off the top of my head. What else about Valentine's Day? Don't put too much pressure on it. If you put too much pressure on it, then it doesn't go over well. Don't go over the top, obviously. Any gesture is better than no gesture at all, generally. And yeah, I agree with what Charlie said earlier as well. If a girl works in the corporate world, sending her some flowers is totally fine, because then it's basically she wants to make her coworkers jealous, or she wants to be able to just fit in. She doesn't want to be the only one who doesn't get flowers. So you can actually even ask her, if she is in the corporate world, do people usually get flowers at your office, blah blah blah. Oh, that's cool. Have you ever gotten flowers before yourself? What would you feel like if you did receive those? You might, those sort of, so many questions like that actually might tell her what you're possibly going to do. So you kind of you hint, but you don't exactly give it to her, and that's how you can get the information whether or not that's something you want to do, as far as sending her flowers to her corporate office. And it doesn't necessarily need to be that expensive. It can be just like $20. Sometimes they'll send them like candles or whatever. What else? Valentine's Day. Yeah, I guess years ago I never was actually a really big fan of it. I was always anti-Valentine's Day because it was more of like a marketing thing. I thought, oh, it's just like Christmas and people are... No, I highly recommend though that you do a Valentine's Day, because it is an excellent reminder, especially if you're getting really busy. When else do you actually express your feelings towards someone? So I would actually appreciate the fact that there are holidays, because they are reminders to us. I think that's pretty much it as far as Valentine's Day at the moment. A friend of mine, or another guy that I'm working with, asked me about Valentine's Day, and the bottom line, what I told him was, as long as you're having fun, then that's all that matters. So it should be fun for you, and it shouldn't be over the top. And the other thing is, if you do decide to go over the top, obviously, I don't know if we've said this in the past, but it's definitely a guaranteed thing. Do not expect anything in return. If you do get something in return, cool, but just remember, because you did something like just extravagant, a fabulous dinner, an awesome bouquet of flowers and chocolates, don't expect something back. Don't think that's what is going to win her over. What is going to win her over, just like we've said in the past, is you being fun, you being entertaining, you being slightly romantic, you being someone who isn't the average guy, who has learned basically a man with a wealth of knowledge about his environment. And that's another different topic. But the main point right there is, just by you doing like over the top sort of thing for Valentine's Day, please do not expect anything huge in return. I think that's pretty much it. And happy Valentine's Day to you guys. Love you all. Take care. All right.